Baik, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, dan selamat pagi kepada para pelajar saya. Hari ini kita teruskan lagi pembelajaran kita berkaitan dengan gelagat usahawan. Tajuk yang seterusnya iaitu Opportunity Identification Skill. Okay, Opportunity Identification Skill. Baik, di dalam kita kata dunia sekarang ni, adakah perlu opportunity, adakah perlu identification skill, dan adakah perlu kita katakan opportunity identification skill itu berlaku. So kalau kita tengok ataupun based on your experience previously that you are going to having have been invited as a to go to interview. So what are the things that people or managers seeking into? So itu pokok pangkal ataupun apa sebenarnya yang pengurus cari kepada seseorang kandidat ataupun individu tersebut. Dan adakah opportunity identification skill ini berlaku, wujud, kan? So bila kita kita kena tepuk dada, tanya diri sendirilah. Dan kita pun sebagai pelajar kita kena banyak mendengar, kita kata berita, membaca surat khabar dan sebagainya melalui observation, pemerhatian, pengalaman dan sebagainya. So daripada situ kita kena ada, ataupun previously yang saya maksudkan, yang saya bagi tahu adalah kita kena gunakan 360 deria kita, pasang deria kita untuk sense apa sebenarnya yang berlaku di persekitaran. Saya tahu sebagai pelajar kita banyak silibus yang perlu kita belajar dan perlu kita hadam ataupun perlu kita fahami. Tetapi design silibus itu sendiri sebenarnya dia lebih kepada orang kata linkage. Linkage ni maksudnya dia ada apa yang kita kata hubungan antara satu subjek dengan satu subjek yang lain, terutamanya subjek keusahawanan. So sebagai usahawan muda ataupun bakal usahawan ataupun yang dah menjadi usahawan, so opportunity identification skills ini adalah sangat-sangat penting. Sangat-sangat penting. Kalau kita tengok daripada segi definisi opportunity itu sendiri, peluang itu sendiri, so according to previous researchers saying that a possibility to meet the needs, and want of a market through combining resources and delivering superior value. So you as an entrepreneur, you must have your value. You must have your outstanding value. You mesti ada satu uniqueness. Uniqueness, value, uniqueness tu. So what is the uniqueness of you compared with others yang menunggu dekat luar untuk masuk. Like previously I'm saying that do not asking what organization can give to you, you need to ask them what actually organisasi want from you to contribute. Yang tu yang penting. So bila kita bekerja ni, betul kita mengharapkan gaji, kita mengharapkan pekerjaan daripada organisasi tersebut, tetapi kita kena menunjukkan apakah uniknya kita ini dan apakah keistimewaannya kita ini, skill kita ini sekiranya kita diberi peluang untuk menyumbang kepada organisasi tersebut. So sekiranya kita ada significant contribution towards the organisation, towards our future task, so there is a rainbow, okay, in the end of your career lah. Okay, so shining lah benda tu. Itu kita kena faham betul-betul. Okay, di dalam kita mencari pekerjaan ataupun kita mencipta pekerjaan ini, semestinya peluang-peluang itu adalah sangat bernilai. Jadi jangan sesekali terlepas peluang tersebut. Kalau kita tak pandai, kita kena belajar. Sebab belajar ini bukan hanya sekadar belajar di peringkat degree sahaja. Okay, belajar ini sebenarnya belajar sehingga ke liang lahat, sampai bila-bila. Kalau tak tahu, kita bertanya, kita belajar. So even I'm also a PhD holder, which is 5 years already. I'm carrying my PhD. So I'm still learning. Okay, still learning. We learn from the best. Okay, we learn from the best. Kita kena tengok apa kurangnya kita. Sekiranya kita ada kekurangan dan kawan kita mempunyai kelebihan, which is kelebihan that yang kita nak, so that particular opportunity we need to chase. Okay, we need to chase, we need to bear in mind, we need to manage to something like macam inviting him or her to become one of our consultant ataupun whatsoever related lah. Okay, whatsoever related untuk kita dan juga pekerja-pekerja kita, contohnya mendapat skill yang kita nak. Okay, demi untuk kemantapan dan juga kejayaan sesebuah organisasi ataupun company ataupun projek-projek usahawan tersebut, definitely we need to have, previously like I'm saying, we need to have a mentor. Okay, we need to have a mentor. Okay, sangat-sangat perlu. Okay, sangat-sangat perlu. Second definition, kalau you tengok dekat situ, a situation in which new good services, raw material, markets and organizing method can be introduced through the formation of new means and or mean-ends relationship. An opportunity is a chance to meet a market need by using a creative combination of resources and whatsoever definition that you want to projector or you want to disseminate or share with your colleague. Okay, so ini yang previous penyelidik yang bagi. So there are very specific definition towards the opportunity sebenarnya. So you determine what kind of definition of opportunity in your area, okay, area of business. Right. So this is what according to also previous researchers saying that to have entrepreneurship, you must first have entrepreneurial opportunities. Definitely that we need to have opportunities. If there is no opportunity, there is no things or business being created. Okay, being created. So setiap kita percaya kepada peluang dan jangan sesekali kita tak datang pula perkataan tu kan. Kita kena grab that particular opportunity. Okay, do not lose the opportunity because opportunity ni come once. Some offer twice but not regularly offered and offered and offered and offered. So even kita kerja dengan kerajaan pun we receive the first offer. Jarang-jarang lah orang akan dapat second offer. So okay, second offer mean to say that we try to refuse to sit for the post of that particular post that organisation to offer pada kita, tetapi di offernya sekali lagi, jadi jarang lah berlaku macam tu. unless you are very a unique person, I think that you may get the first, second and third offer. Okay, opportunity ni bila sekali dia dah datang, this is the best or the pure, okay, pure opportunity given by Allah, okay, given by Allah, given by God, so that you need to think and take that opportunity to go further. Okay, but then you need to think beyond your imagination, beyond outside the box, so that the project or the opportunity can be grabbed and towards at the end achieve, okay, achieve successfully. Okay, all right. So if someone offer you an amazing opportunity and you are not sure you can do it, say yes. Okay, say yes, then learn how to do it later. Macam saya kata tadi lah. Okay, you need to grab first, then you think. Ataupun it's about time. Okay, people offered you and then it's about time for you, kita kata berada di jendela yang betul, bersandar pada jendela yang betul pada masa yang betul. Macam tu. Jadi rezeki itu memang semua orang ada rezeki, tetapi bila rezeki itu datang, wallahu a'lam bisawab, kita tidak tahu. Dan kita sebagai usahawan, we as an entrepreneur, we cannot rasa menyesal ataupun rasa terkilat sekiranya peluang tersebut terlepas. Cuba cari peluang-peluang yang lain supaya this opportunity can be grabbed, okay, can be orang kata build, okay, build to convince other parties, which is you must give opportunity to us, give opportunity to me to prove that I can deliver this product or deliver this task successfully. Itu penting. Okay, so jangan kata aku tak tahulah benda ni. Kalau yang betul-betul tak tahu tu, tak tahulah. Sebenarnya offer ni, opportunity ni, dia datang kepada kepada orang ataupun di dalam bidang orang tersebut. Okay, kalau kita bermain, kita kata kita bermain dengan big company dan sebagainya, we previously working as a business analytic, system analyst ke whatsoever business, forex punya license ke whatsoever. So the thing is that people will hunting you because of your skill. Okay, because of your skill. Okay, bila orang hunting because of the skill, definitely takkanlah orang daripada majlis perbandaran tahu you dalam bidang katakanlah bidang perikanan. Takkanlah majlis perbandaran dengan orang perikanan. Tak kena pula. There must be something, orang kata opportunity given to the sebagai contoh orang yang mempunyai skill dalam bidang green environment, kan. Majlis Perbandaran Kota Baru is related to the bandar kesejahteraan alam sekitar dan sebagainya. So equivalent to ni lah, kita punya alam sekitar, pegawai geologi, pegawai itu, pegawai inilah yang setara dengannya lah, macam tu. So peluang itu datang dengan offer yang baik, okay, dengan peluang yang baik. So please say yes. Okay, if you have a full capability to do, so don't ever say no. Okay, if sometimes people thinks that you can do it, but you keep asking yourself, which is I can't do. Okay, I can't do it. I can't do it because of blah 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 blah. But then in the first place, you are not thinking that why don't I say yes, and later because I have this kind of capabilities, for example, whatsoever capabilities, then I can learn about it. So sometimes people nampak you boleh buat benda tu, even though you tak ada skill tu, tetapi you boleh deliver. Ourselves actually, we cannot put a prediction or apa nama ni, kita nak kata kita ni shock sendiri, tak. Okay, so kita hanya tahu bidang kita sahaja, tetapi orang lain itu nampak dari segi apa yang kita bercakap, apa yang kita boleh buat, especially our creativity idea that people seek this kind of person or individual to help them to solve many problems in their organization. So this is a multi thousand trillion opportunity, kita kata, yang wujud. Okay, yang wujud, yang kita rasakan previously kita tidak mampu, sebenarnya pada Allah, pada Tuhan kita mampu, tetapi itulah yang kita katakan, bak kata pepatah orang tua kata apa ni, ukur baju di badan sendiri, kan. But sometimes orang sekarang dia dah tak ukur baju di badan sendiri dah, kan. Dia rasa macam badan dia tu dah besar, dah tak payah nak ukur, dia tahu dah badan dia besar, badan dia kecil dan sebagainya. So zaman sekarang, okay, zaman sekarang pada abad 20, pada abad 21 ini, you need to fulfill your knowledge, okay, with all the things that you feel that you can carry, and then you happy to do it. Okay, jangan abad ke-21 adalah bukan abad memilih kerja macam zaman 70-an, 80-an, 90-an masa saya kecil-kecil dulu. Zaman sekarang ni adalah opportunity itu dibuka, okay, opportunity itu dibuka, that everybody need to grab the opportunity. Okay, umpan tu hanyalah satu. Okay, umpan hanyalah satu. Tetapi yang nak makan umpan tu, satu umpan satu, yang nak makan umpan tu beribu. Contoh, like previously saya ada experience interview di salah sebuah universiti dulu. Rupa-rupanya yang saya dapat maklum, pos itu hanya satu kekosongan. Okay, pos hanya satu kekosongan, dan what happened is this, what happened is that yang dipanggil 10 orang. You just imagine 10 orang compete to meet one seat of the position. So luckily itu pun saya tidak dapat sebenarnya. Saya dapat, tetapi saya diletakkan sebagai reserve. So my senior dapat. So towards at the end, dia duduk dalam masa 1 minggu macam tu, dia rasa dia tak environment di situ tidak kondusif, dan dia berhenti. Dia menolak tawaran tersebut setelah datang hampir seminggu, dan tempat tersebut telah diisi oleh saya kerana saya diletakkan sebagai reserve. Okay, so this is kind of opportunity, which is that when people, I'm almost losing the opportunity actually. So tawaran itu hanya datang sekali sahaja. Okay, bos kata you take it or leave it. If you are not coming to register yourself, okay, report yourself to this company, so meaning to say that the job will be passed to another person. Okay, by who or by who? So saya pergi. Okay, saya pergi. Jadi tanpa memikirkan panjang lah, tanpa berfikiran panjang lah. So because of that particular post is post related to my degree, with my personnel and whatsoever. Okay, so that's why never say no. Okay, never say no. But if you say yes, but sometimes it's no, you need to after that discuss with the person that offer your job. Okay, you kena tanya dia, okay, I can say yes, but can I have this and this and this and this series of training? I need to have my own place. I want to work in my place. I want to this, I want to that, and whatsoever. So there must be a negotiation process. Okay, say yes first, and then towards the end you discuss and to have a negotiation. Negotiation is a must to get the opportunity. Okay, because of the opportunity always come hanya sekali sahaja. So anything, if you say yes, then definitely you must to have a negotiation session with your offer. Okay, kena ada negotiation. It's not something like negotiation to increase a salary. Tidaklah macam tu, sebab I know that salary is a priority in this millennium, but then if we try to have some kind of macam demand, okay, if we highly demand in certain job, meaning to say that we are not orang kata apa, fit, we are not fit. Sebab sekarang ni kalau kita di offer kerja ataupun diberi grant dan sebagainya untuk menjadi sebagai seorang usahawan, so kita kena apa nama ni, jangan berkira-kira sangat. Okay, so kita bekerja dahulu. Okay, kita bekerja, work first. When we have experience in work such as minimum 3 years or 5 years, then you definitely your kind just now is likely to apa nama ni, frog leave from one company to apa ni, another company to get a more higher or better salary. But in order for you to get a better or higher salary, you must at least have the experience first. Okay, the experience first, at least 3 or 5 years in related field. In related field. It is not some kind of you working apa nama ni, di KFC ke McDonald ke Pizza ke jadi Grab Food ke whatsoever, and then you try to apply as a apa nama ni, business analytic, which is it is not totally related. If you want to become a business analytic, for example, so you must have the criteria of business analytic, meaning to say that you do a job related. Maybe you do some apa nama ni, kira-kira punya job, okay, ataupun you becoming a PR business, PR in certain company, big company. Towards at the end, you know how this economy turn down and turn up and whatsoever, then you become one of the person that created a business analytic unit in the company. Itu yang dikatakan mereka yang mempunyai pengalaman di dalam bidang yang dia nak ceburi. Okay, so that's why lah when we talk about gigs economy, when we talk about gig economy, so there are a lot of things or tasks or job, multiple job has been done. So kalau macam di overseas tu biasa, sebab dia masa panjang, dia boleh bekerja 3 kerja dalam satu hari. Macam kita yang mempunyai masa yang pendek ni, 1 ke 2 pekerjaan itu pun maksimum dah tu. 1 pun dah tak larat. Okay, what else? Entrepreneurial opportunity and entrepreneurial opportunity as a situation in which a person can create a new means and framework for recombining resources that the entrepreneur believe will yield a profit. Okay, yang ni biasalah bila keluar ayat ataupun definisi yang high end macam ni, definitely it is taken from the research sebenarnya. So you may give many definition towards the entrepreneurial opportunity based on the focusing job or focusing section that you are dealing with. Okay, boleh Right. So yeah, like previously theory you may discover later. Okay, theory of entrepreneurial opportunity. This is also based on the previous research that has been taken by Peter Drucker, 1985. Entrepreneur excel at seeing and taking advantage of possibilities created by social, technological, and cultural challenges. But okay, for example, where a business that cater to senior citizen might view a sudden influx, okay, of younger resident to a neighborhood as a potential destro, and entrepreneur might see as a chance to open a new club. So when we talk about possibilities, so definitely there is a lot of opportunity which is social, technological, and culture changes. Whatever possibilities. Another possibilities mungkin we can say that instead of culture changes, so there must be something like human itself, okay, human itself, the task, maybe the opportunity, entrepreneurial opportunity and whatsoever. So all this has been measured and can be measured, okay, can be measured when you do a research, okay. So or later you now in semester 1, so now you can seek for the things that what your future project tahun akhir project tahun akhir final year project that you want to do, okay. That's the thing. All right, so this is the roles of opportunity in entrepreneurship. Organization to reap extraordinary profit. Okay, profit they always in the top of the cone. Okay, what we call previously like the sand cone model. Okay, this is a replication of the sand cone model. And second layer goes to the community, society, societal responsibility and recognition. And the lower or the bottom of the sand cone is individual entrepreneur to engage in work of their choices. Okay, like previously I'm saying that all these actually engage work in your choice. Okay, you may select whatsoever things or whatsoever task that you want to involve to. But then the roles of opportunity in entrepreneurship definitely based on the Sandcon model, which is the bottom, the middle, and the top. Okay, so definitely as an individual or entrepreneurship, you will gain, okay, you will communicate with the community, society, and whatsoever. If you have a brand, so you need to recognize your brand, you need to get the recognition from the orang kata apa, institusi yang berkaitan, something like SIRIM, like JAKIM, and whatsoever. And then towards at the end, the product that you has been recognized by the community or the buyers so towards at the end and give you contribute to the extraordinary profit. Okay, so meaning to say that your organization, when you develop your organization, towards at the end your product must be innovate. Okay, you need to bear in mind your product must be innovate. If your product is not innovate, okay, and not innovative, meaning to say that the level of your entrepreneurs or business is going to have a staggered, okay, dekat situ saja dia staggered. Dia tidak naik, dia tidak turun. That's why lah we need to have a business analytic. So in your team you must have person who can read the trend, okay, the current trend, the previous trend, and do some research towards the trend to innovate, okay, to innovate product, maybe some kind of involved on packaging, the taste, the apa nama ni, the design of the product, okay, reka bentuk produk tersebut to suit with the years by years. Okay, so kalau sekarang kita hidup di zaman milenial abad ke-21, what are the things that people just now want, or easy, or simple? I mean, contoh macam sekarang vacuum, kalau kita tengok dulu kena cucuk di apa nama ni plug and then tarik wire dan sebagainya. Now we are living in Wi-Fi or D5 technology, which is it is already connected towards the devices. Okay, kita tak gunakan plug in dah. Okay, kita just plug and use saja ataupun plug and play. Okay, as long as your house have the Wi-Fi connection, okay, Wi-Fi services, so everything been connected. Okay, you punya PC, you punya iPad, you punya phone, whatsoever, you punya Android, you punya Android box TV, kita punya apa nama ni, maybe kita punya apa lagi, radio dan sebagainya. Okay, so now we are in the stage of thinking about to reduce the climate change. Okay, apa nama ni, dulu kita banyak memperbincangkan tentang ozon yang semakin menipis dan sebagainya. So now we are go towards the green. Okay, kita nak memelihara apa nama ni, kawasan hijau kita, which is now people are trying to install solar pad. Okay, solar pad. So solar pad, so sekarang kita pun dah ada kita punya ladang solar pad dan sebagainya. So it is all the renewable, okay, renewable energy. Okay, renewable energy yang sememangnya kita perlu tahu supaya once you become the apa ni, agro business entrepreneurship sebagai contohnya, tak kira lah agro ataupun agri, you dengan apa ni, haiwan ternakan dan sebagainya, definitely the technology can help you to increase your value of business. Okay, so you sekarang sebagai usahawan muda, you cannot run from the technology. You need to use the technology. Please use the technology to make your day cheers. Okay, macam sekarang kita ada kelas. Okay, kita buat kelas melalui Google Meet dan sebagainya. We reaching all of you and you reaching me through the online, even though we are not anymore having a face-to-face, okay, face-to-face apa nama ni, face-to-face class, okay, but we have a face-to-face class in online. Okay, so kita kena faham lah, ini adalah gaya pembelajaran yang baru. So overseas dah lama buat, okay, overseas dah lama buat. Cuma kita bila kita terkena hit pandemic COVID ini, barulah kita menggunakan 100% platform yang sedia ada, and therefore automatically we comply with the Industrial Revolution 4, which is previously people talking about Industrial Revolution. What are the things related to Industrial Revolution? So this is one kind of Industrial Revolution. Even though the Industrial Revolution impacts toward the high capacity of industry, but the small industry like SMEs and whatsoever also need to be involved. And then this small, medium enterprise or industry, it is how to say, a contribution towards the apa nama ni, Malaysian economy. Okay, so I think that's all for today. Okay, for the roles of opportunity in entrepreneurship. Okay, so the apa nama ni, opportunity identification skills. So there are a lot of slides we will go through, okay, from week to week. So I think that it is more useful when we have a discussion. Okay, sooner or later we will have a discussion, and then you need to ask me a lot of things. Okay, you need to read a lot of things before you ask me a lot of things. Okay, I mean, there are what we call budget. Okay, budget 2021 has been revealed and has been presented by Tengku Menteri Kewangan. Then you need to study, actually you need to study what are the benefit that government try to help, government try to give, and government try to inject, okay, towards this sustainability of economic Malaysia in the pandemic COVID nowadays. Baik, itu saja daripada saya. Terima kasih banyak-banyak kerana mendengar dan juga stay tuned with this presentation. So kita akan berjumpa lagi minggu hadapan. So terima kasih banyak-banyak. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.